Welcome to Vision, Impact, and Purpose. See your vision, walk in your purpose, and impact lives with your gifts and talents. Thank you for tuning in to listen to Tikwa, your Christian virtual assistant coach. Join Coach Tikwa as she shares her own journey, shifts your mindset, inspires you while sharing insights and tips for a profitable virtual assistant business along the way. Now here is your host, Tikwa, founder of PowerPo Assistants.
Hey guys, welcome back to Vision, Impact, and Purpose. We are on episode 4. I am so excited. So who wants to launch their successful virtual assistant business? If you are ready to launch your business, let's get started, okay? So it really doesn't matter what kind of business that you want to run. The truth is, you always have to run it as a business owner. Being a self-starter and having the ability to motivate yourself daily to even do the necessary tasks that you don't love is crucial to building a successful business. If you are someone who struggles with time management, organization, and sticking to deadlines, it will be I'm telling you guys, extremely difficult for you to find success as a virtual assistant or any online provider. See, our clients are counting on us to meet deadlines, to get the work done, and they rather quality over quantity. Okay. Now, I love getting things done fast because that's just me. I have to get things done in a timely, fashionable manner. And I have a system for that. But at the same time, I provide quality work to my clients because this is how you are going to build a trusting relationship with your clients. One of the hardest things about working for yourself and working from home especially is staying motivated and on task. If you work from home, there is usually something else that could be done. It is important to set yourself up with like a dedicated workspace. We need a dedicated workspace that allows us to focus and to avoid distraction. So now we're living in a pandemic, right? We're in a pandemic right now. And we are seeing our family members, if you have family, if you're living with family 24/7. And I know that sometimes it's hard to find that space where you can, be alone, because we're used to going in and out of the house, working our 9 to 5, kids going to school, you come back and then, you start your dinner, get your kids ready, maybe you have a spouse and you have that time with your spouse. So, living in a pandemic is a 24/7 rotation every single day. But if you have your business, it's very important. It's so crucial for you to have a dedicated space, even if it's a little corner somewhere, right? Where you have all your business needs, your computer, a working phone. Make sure that you have a high-speed internet so that you can be able to do the work that you have to do for your clients, right? And when you have this dedicated workspace and you all good on that part, be consistent. And if you have the ability to do so, set yourself up a schedule for your day that allows regular breaks. Doing this will be easier to stay on task while you're working, and it will help you avoid distractions. I know that working at home, and I still have my 9 to 5, mind you, and being in this pandemic, it's so easy to get distracted with other things because you're home 24/7 and there's dishes to be done. There's laundry to be done. The TV is loud or, the kids are playing games or talking loud and, you easily get distracted with your phone with notifications and just all those things that will get you away from doing your work. And being a successful online provider is very crucial for us to pay attention and be attentive to the work that was assigned to us, whether you're working for an agency or you're working for yourself. I have been an executive assistant for over 20 years, and I can honestly say that I'm very good at what I do. So this is why I started my own VA agency, because I have a lot of experience. I went to school to get my bachelor's degree. I got certified in the Six Sigma, got my green belt certification to help set up processes. I have put programs in place. I helped create a system for the job that I was working for. I helped create the systems for a report, and I helped create systems. It doesn't matter if you're an assistant in the office or you work virtually. You really have to be good at what you do and must be a self-starter. More so for virtual assistants, because you are a solo operation. In the office, you may get away with not reaching a target or a deadline. But when you are a business for yourself as a virtual assistant or any online provider, you have to be able to do the things that you said that you can do and be able to produce and meet deadlines. Now, what do I mean that you may get away with reaching your target or your deadline when you're working in an office? You have a lot of people in that space that you can go to for help. I know a lot of assistants that didn't know certain things, and we could count on each other for helping each other out in certain tasks or things that we do not know how to do, or a program that we're not all that great with, and you could depend on somebody to help you with that project or deadline. But when you're working for yourself, it's all depend on you, baby. It's all you. But if you are reaching out to someone who have their own business, or you can get away with some things, but not all, especially being a business, because you can't always depend on somebody else to help you, whether you work in the office or not. So let's talk about once you have launched your business as a virtual assistant. Always go back to your why. I always tell my clients that you have to go back to your why. Why did you start this business? What was it that made this business the one for you? Allow yourself to be passionate about what you do. It's so important to have passion for what you do, because if you don't, you will eventually give up on your dream, your business. Offer services that you enjoy, that you are good at. Price yourself well, and it will be easier to find motivation on those days when you'd rather be anywhere else. If you are consistent in your marketing messaging to yourself, you will be consistent in the quality of your work, and your clients will come back time after time. You will have repeat clients. You will have recurring clients. You will have referrals from your clients. And started as a new business, I'm not going to lie, it's hard. But no matter what business you are in, it's always going to be that way. Give yourself the best chance of success by using your self-motivation, your desire to succeed, and by doing what you do best every single day. When you have identified what you love to do, run with it. You may not even like doing general virtual assistant services, right? But this is a service that every business needs. So I highly recommend that you always keep your general services as an option. You could always upsell your clients to your other services that you have, other specialty services that you have. So when you launch your successful virtual assistant business, you have to be dedicated, driven, focused, have the stamina to fail, and get told no over and over again. I highly recommend that you welcome the no's. If you got 100 no's, believe me, sweetie, your yes is coming soon after. It is no gain when you are trying to live the life you want to live for you and your family. Your family is depending on you to make it happen. Be ready to put in the work, because this is no easy job. And I can tell you, any entrepreneur will tell you that this is not easy. It's going to be rough. You're going to have disappointments. You're going to feel like giving up. You're going to fail. But if you hold on and hold on tight, believe me, you will see the success. But you have to believe it yourself. When you take your business seriously and you bring excitement and happiness and a sense of true purpose to your life, others will see it. Are you willing to make a few sacrifices along the way? Now, if you say yes, then you are ready and willing to work hard and go after your dream. So how do we keep ourselves motivated? Like I mentioned before, no one said being a business owner was going to be easy. But if you're thinking right now, I suggest you stay. If you are feeling that this is not for you and you'd rather stay at your 9 to 5, then make that decision to stay at your 9 to 5 and make the best of your 9 to 5 until you retire. Now, do you want that? I know I don't. I know that I'm going to continue to motivate myself so that I can be at a point whereas I'm okay. My family's okay. I'm building a legacy for my business. This is why I talk about passion. You have to have passion for your business. You have to have passion and know your purpose. You have to know your why. And generally wanting to help others will help you stay motivated. Motivation will give you the second win you need to get things done. Sometimes it doesn't work for the moment, but having people around you to support you will help. Get people that is on team me, right? Team Tikwa, team Tasha, team Michelle to help you get back on track. Surround yourself with like-minded people so that you could be motivated and continue to motivate and get that support. That is one thing that I have to say that helped me in the beginning when I started my business. I started going to workshops and seminars and conferences, women conferences, and getting around people who were business minded, who were just starting a business, people who was already established in a business, successful business owners, getting advice, finding a mentor, finding a coach to support me on this business venture. And it's going to help you. I highly suggest that you start networking and finding people in the virtual assistant industry or any other industry. The industry of your target market, industry where your ideal clients are hanging out to help you stay accountable and cheer you on when you are down and out. You know, I call them my bestie working buddies. Okay. When I'm feeling down or if I need to vent or if I'm upset about something or when I was feeling like I'm ready to give up. And I have to say that I was blessed to have family members that supported me on this venture. My mom and my dad, I would call and they would ask, how's the business? I was like, yeah. They were like, we don't want to hear that. You're good. Just keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. So that's what you need. You need that support. If you're challenged with getting something started or complete, find things like affirmations or motivational speakers to listen to from time to time to give yourself some encouragement to keep on going. When you're trying to reach those long-term goals, make sure that you have a clear and manageable goals so that you maintain your motivation throughout the process. So earlier we talked about avoiding distractions, right? So as a single mom, trying to avoid distractions can be pretty much challenging for me because I'm here by myself, doing it alone, raising a child, making sure that he's fed and the bills are paid and school and making sure that he's on track, as well as, taking care of myself, going to work, managing a business, and now podcasting, right? So I have to find time to do this as well. But I have worked it so that I will not be distracted when I am trying to get things done at home. It is tough sometimes, like when you are running a business from home, and some of us have family or those who live alone, people who live alone, right? You can get distracted by your thoughts, devices, social media, all play an important part in our daily lives, right? But can hinder our focus. And in order for you to stay focused and get things done, you should ensure that you are working in an area that will help you avoid those distractions. We talked about having a dedicated workspace. But we also need to communicate with our family members to let them know when we are working. Have a set time, allotted hours where you are communicating with your family to say that this time in this space is off the table. It's like, I need you guys to go into another room while I'm working in this area. So setting boundaries and picking a time that works best for you and your family. Schedule time to work on projects or tasks when your children are at school. But right now, we're living in a pandemic, so most of our kids are at home. So maybe creating a workspace for your children as well is going to work out well. So where my son has a dedicated workspace, because there's a lot of desks. I have actually created a space for my son in his room. I took my desk and I put it in his room until his desk come in. And I did a nice workspace for him to make it comfortable for him when he's working on his school, when he's doing his virtual schooling. So having that dedicated workspace for you and your family members, and just setting those boundaries and picking the best time and schedule to work on these things is going to help with you keeping on task with these projects. One of my biggest problems was because I had a Facebook group and I had others that I was an ambassador of, and that took up a lot of my time. So I had to make a decision. I had more than one group. I had 2 groups, and I had to make a decision to get things done to free up some of my times. And I had to let one of those groups go. And then I also had to, give up that ambassador's position in other groups because I'm working on my business, and it's all good to help other people out. I'm all for helping people out. But when it comes to a point where interrupting my workflow or my business, then I need to remove those distractions. So we talked about also staying consistent. Staying consistent in your business is very crucial. And I'm going to be honest, I struggled with this in the beginning stages of my business. I was excited. I kept jumping from idea to idea, or would start a project and never finish because I started another. I was all over the place. I felt overwhelmed. I felt defeated, and I didn't have a clear direction on what I needed to do for my business. I have been, like I mentioned earlier, I've been an assistant for over 20 years, and I had to stop and reevaluate myself and say, okay, I've been doing this for years. I've been achieving my goals. I was consistent. What is going on here? Why I'm not able to be consistent with my business? And like I mentioned before, there's a difference between working a 9-to-5 and working at home. At home, you're comfortable. At home, you in your own space. At home, you don't have other people looking at you. You don't have managers evaluating you. So when you're at home, it's so easy to get distracted and get off course. So what I did was I was really hard on myself, and I had to really get it together, and I had to pray about it, and I had to take it to God and ask God to help me with some of these things that I was struggling with. And if you're struggling with consistency, start by determining how you want to be more consistent. Keep yourself motivated and accountable. Talk to God about it. Let him know that you need help in this area, and start working on things little by little daily to help you in those areas that you are struggling with. It may take you some time to master it. So set up some small bite-sized goals to achieve. And if you can consistently achieve them, you will be productive throughout the process. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you got some nuggets from this episode. I want you all to be blessed, stay focused, and live the life that you want. And I will see you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to Vision, Impact, and Purpose with Coach Tikwa. Be sure to tune in again for new episodes and visit her website at tikwa.com.